Hello, in the following minutes we are planning to explain this new project named Nemhesys, in which we are planning to work to establish new ways of collaboration between basic research on next generation sequencing and the application at the clinical level in clinical settings. So first of all, I want to explain in a quick way what is an Erasmus project. This Erasmus Plus project, this Knowledge Alliance, are innovative projects based on the great experience raised by the Erasmus project for graduate students. Erasmus Plus and Knowledge Alliance want to implement the collaboration at let's say postgraduate students, so this transition from the university to the society. So this is the most important topic in which these Erasmus Plus are aimed and are based, and our project, Nemhesys Project, is one of these recently founded projects. What we are trying to do is establish really strong links, strong collaboration between the proteomics, genomics, transcriptomics, all the omic data provided by these really wonderful tools that has been developed in the last years and that are able to do a whole sequencing of a human or an RNA sequencing of a cell line, of a cell, a transcriptomic analysis, just to know, to feel in deep in this kind of knowledge and to bring this knowledge to the clinical scenario, to the patients. Because the Human Genome Project is one of the most important projects devoted or performing the last 20 years, and now we are still in the prolongation of this project, in the total knowledge of the genome of the transcriptome. The main problem is at the time that we want to apply this knowledge to the patients, at the time that we want to really perform a kind of continuous formation of the students, the postgraduate students, just to really keep all these studies, all this knowledge and all this omic data to the medical settings. And regarding cancer, we perfectly know that genomic events are the most important events in cancer. They are conducted, they are in the basement of the cancer, and they are also responsible for the cancer dissemination. And there are an array of papers totally demonstrating this. There are a lot of useful and very interesting data trying to analyze all the genomic changes in the cancer. Doesn't matter the origin of the cancer, brain cancer, lung cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer, and to know or to better understand this cancer. And why this is very important. It's totally important because as soon as we will really know the molecular basis of this cancer, we will be able to develop target therapies. And now we are starting to cure some cancers based on this molecular knowledge. So what we are planning to do in our project, in Nemhesys Project, is to keep all this information, the information from the patient enrollment, for the sample isolation, for the sample assessment, for the molecular profiling of these samples with patients with cancer, and combine this knowledge with the clinical knowledge of the patient, how the cancer was, if this cancer responds to the therapy, if this type of cancer was refractory to the therapy, and so on. And to put together all this data, to combine this data, and together to go and to apply and to take or to achieve the possibility of a better therapy, or to find the best treatment as possible for those patients suffering cancer. And Nemhesys Project is also related to another European Community initiatives, European Community projects. One of the most important one is the Harmony Project, who is going to build up a platform, a big data platform for those patients with hematological malignancies. Hematological malignancies are a rare type of cancer, but it's a very well-known type of cancer because the molecular characterization of patients with blood cancer is something already established in the last 10-20 years, and by increasing the number and the quality of the omic data, we will be able to combine this with the clinical information of the patients. But the most important thing for the Nemhesys Project, for this Erasmus Plus project, is to go to the students, to go to the postgraduate students, and to teach them about how they will be able to combine these NGS, these omic characteristics in hematological patients, as an example of those cancer patients, of the old patients with suffering different diseases, and will be able, these students who will take this kind of teaching, to better understood how the importance of the NGS application in cancer. So how it's done today is a little bit isolated. So we have the biology, we have the biologists, the biotechnologists, many other people strongly working in the lab level, producing a lot of data. Some of the data are managed by informaticians. The bioinformaticians are working in trying to take as much information as possible coming from this biological data. On the other side, we have medicine, we have doctors taking care of patients, all the health caregivers taking care of patients and providing a lot of data from this patient evolution. And the e-health now is something who is growing and growing during the time. So the link between biology and medicine is also very, very important. And most of the clinicians must know which are the best approaches, the best methodologies to really understand what is going on with their patients, And the biologists are also required to study to see which are the needs from the patients for or to have the best solution, the best biological solution for these patients. So Nemhesys is an innovative and integrative approach of these three parts, of covering these three angles. Biology, in that case, in this case genomic data coming from hematological patients as an example. Medicine, our project is based on patients, is based on the biological characteristics of these tumors, and also in informatics. So we really need informaticians knowing biology, bioinformaticians, knowing medicine. Sometimes we name these as doctors or informatic doctors, in which we can combine all these three types of knowledge. And we have to teach this because we detect that this is really uncovered in the normal graduate studies. So our main goals here for the Nemhesys project is to provide the scientific community with a theoretical foundation and practical application of the NGS data. We know how the NGS data are produced. Some of the clinicians, some of the doctors, some of the students know how to apply this NGS data, but not all of them. They must trust, they must know how these NGS data are produced, how these NGS data are managed in order to improve the therapy and the management of the patients. We think, and we strongly think, that we will contribute to the new health revolution by the combination of genomic and big data approach, and this will allow for the implementation of NGS in the healthcare, because we strongly believe, we strongly support that the new paradigm of medicine, selecting the most effective medication for patients based on genetics, it is something that this is not achieved yet. This is something that will happen in the next future. But this is also a matter of teaching, it's a matter of knowledge, and is our main role here. And we will define, or we have defined 3 steps to perform this mission. First of all, we made a mapping survey about the situation of NGS in the European university hospitals. This is something that it has been already performed, and the results will be shown very soon. We will also have a master class and a training material with 5 different modules that will be available in the website for the project. And also we have defined a mobility facility for those students who really want to know in deep how we can manage, how we can use NGS in favor of the patients, and how it will be the application of this NGS in the future. So currently we are 5 institutions, in academic institutions: University of Helsinki, Queen's University in Belfast, Charité and Humboldt University of Berlin, CEITEC University of Brno in Czech Republic, and University of Salamanca in Spain. In addition, with 3 SME that will also provide this link between the academia and the social establishment or social translation to this academic effort, we will perform this project in which what we are planning to expect, what we are expecting to have is to reinforce the partnership in higher education, to reinforce connection between higher education and research, to get a higher quality and internalization of the study of the participate or the students who will participate in the program, allowing for a greater collaboration with the companies and a great or an increase of the mobility for the students. This together will also increase incorporation of the students to the industry projects, which is also a matter or is also a goal of the whole Erasmus Plus program. So you are welcome to join us, to connect with us by using LinkedIn, by going to our website, and also by participating in these modules. Please join us. Be on board about this new concept, this new approach of how to integrate the NGS for a clinical use, for a clinical management of the patients. Thank you very much and welcome to Nemhesys.